Good evening, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Skill Matters for All once again. So, today we are going to learn about some of the important and very useful words which are quite mispronounced, right? But before we get into that, let us understand why these words, why there are so many English words which gets mispronounced so frequently. Now, before we start off and come up with some of those quite known words, let us understand that English is a non-phonetic language. So what do we understand by the word non-phonetic language? Non-phonetic language means a language that is not always spoken the way it is written, right? So that is the reason CUT is called cut, but PUT is not put but put, right? So without wasting time, let us get into those words. But before that, it's a kind request to all of you, in case you are liking my videos and you think that I'm able to help you out with respect to your communication skills, please do like my videos and do subscribe to my channel. It'll really encourage me, right? So let's start. So the first one that would come in my mind would be rural. So I have seen in my working life that the word rural, which talks about the village related thing, right? Something which is remote in a village background, to be more precise. So this word is at times mispronounced as ruler, as in R-U-L-A-R, but the real pronunciation of this word is rural, right? So the R sound needs to be produced in a proper manner. The next word would be epitome. It's E-P-I-T-O-M-E. It's not epitome, it's epitome, right? Epitome. The next one here is S-A-I-D. Now, this is the past form of the word called S-A-Y, right? Now, S-A-Y, say, that means when you say something, you talk to somebody. That word is produced as say. Why don't you say something? It's a diphthong sound which is there, right? I'm sure if you want to know about the diphthong sounds, I have some of the videos. I have one particular video on diphthong sound. You can refer to that. I'll definitely try and incorporate that video in the end of the session, today's session only, right? So, though the word say is produced as say, but the past form of it, that is said, is not said, it's said, it's flat, said, S-E-D. It's produced like that, right? So I'm sure I'm also trying to give you the the pronunciation, the phonetic transcription of the words, which will also help you. You can refer to the phonemic sounds, the symbols that I have covered in a few of the sessions. You can refer to those videos also. The next one would be thorough. It's thorough. Always remember in English the word th is not produced as th, but the. It's like the upper tip and the tip of the tongue. It's like thorough. It won't come in the first at the first go. You need to practice a little bit before it comes to your tongue in a proper manner, right? So thorough is the next word, thorough. It's some of us make mistakes with the word called through, T-H-R-O-U-G-H, through, but it's a thorough, T-H-O-R-O-U-G-H, thorough. For example, I have thoroughly read the book. That means I have read the book completely. It's a thorough, right? Try and practice with me, and also you can practice at your home whenever you feel free, right? But without practice, these sounds would be a little difficult to get, right? The next one would be C-A-C-H-E, which is cash. It's not cache, it's not cage, it's cash. C-A-C-H-E, cash. Open your mouth properly, stretch it horizontally, right? Cash. Always remember, as I kept on saying in my previous sessions also, open your mouth and talk. Without that, it's very important, very difficult to get the sounds correct, especially with respect to the English sounds. English sounds are the kind of sounds which cannot be produced without open articulation process or procedure. The next one would be choir, C-H-O-I-R. It's choir, it's not choir, it's choir, right? After that, the word would be etc. I'm sure we have all, came across this while writing in English. ATC, the full form of it is etc. But you need to produce the sound properly. It's etc. You cannot say ETC while talking in English, right? I've done this, and ETC. You cannot say like that. I've done this, and then etc. You can use that, but do it in a proper manner. Produce the sound in a proper manner. Next one is conscience. So that is conscience, not conscience. Though the word science is called science separately, right? We all know the meaning of science, but when it comes together with con, that's a prefix, conscience, so that becomes conscience, right? Conscience means your inner thought process, something that you are probably thinking about, something of past, or something that you have done that's really bothering you. It's like your inner self, right? That helps you understand what is right and what is wrong, right? The next one would be genre, that is genre. Yes, some of us would also produce it as genre, but yes, genre is a standard pronunciation that you can go for, but don't go for anything else apart from genre or genre, right? Next one would be rendezvous, right? It can be used as a noun or a verb also, but it is produced as rendezvous. Though don't go by the spelling of it, which spells like RENDEZVOUS, right? It's not rendezvous, it's rendezvous. It talks about a specific place where someone might have a secret meeting, right? The next one would be COLONEL, that is cornel, right? Understand, don't go by the spelling of it. COLONEL would usually should be pronounced like colonel or something like that, but it's not that, it's cornel. The next one would be cacophony. It's like the the sounds which may disturb you a lot. You remember also try and understand that the three sounds that I'm making, k, p, and t, these three sounds should not be produced as k, p, and t. Rather, try and add those k and k. Try and punch it. K and k, p and p, t and t. So what it'll help you? It'll help you in getting your sounds, the MTI, a little bit away. It'll help you get rid of MTI, in a big way, if you try and use it in the long run. The next one would be GIST. It's not gist, though GIRL is girl. Now you give me the logic. Now a word starting with GIRL is produced as girl, but GIST, the word is starting with G only, but there is not gist, it's gist. So you need to remember this, right? These are some of the exceptions, and that's the reason English is called the non-phonetic language. The next one would be caterer. People they opt for some caterer services during some ceremonies. We all do, right? That is not caterer, that is caterer. It's caterer, right? Go by the syllable also, try and break it, and try and follow the phonetic transcription, which is also given, right? Because that is something that is going to help you a lot in understanding the sounds, the way that you should be producing the sounds. The next one would be Wednesday, W-E-D, Wednesday. We are all aware of, but you can say it like Wednesday. Instead of D can be silent, right? You can say it like Wednesday. The next one would be handkerchief. Now you cannot say like that. It has to be handkerchief. So D has to be silent. It's handkerchief, right? While talking, see, these are all the colloquial use that we do while speaking to our friends or in different occasions. I'm talking about those scenarios. You try and use the words the way I'm doing. I'm sure in a context of a lot of words or a separate explanation that you might be giving to somebody, if you produce the sounds this way, it will help you get rid of the MTI a lot, right? Next word would be ask. Always remember, ask. It's not ask, it's not ax. Many people have a tendency to say, I ask you. No, it's ask, right? ASK is ask. Next one is also one of the most mispronounced words because we don't go by the spelling of it, and that is deteriorate. It is not deteriorate, it is deteriorate. Deteriorate, that means when something is going really wrong for someone, right? I'm sure these are some of the words that might, and the production of sounds and the way it should be produced, the pronunciation to be more precise. This would be really helpful for you in case you try and incorporate these sounds or the pronunciation in your daily life, right? I'm going to come with some more words in the coming future. Until then, keep learning and stay happy. And if you like my video, please do subscribe. Skill matters for all.